All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So it's week 14, and the Jets are going to be at home taking on the 5-7 New Orleans Saints. Okay, a team right now that's on a 5-game losing streak. And I know it sounds crazy because this team started off so hot, and much like the Jets, they've swapped different quarterbacks in all season. Obviously, starting off the year with Jameis Winston, who was playing some pretty good football up until the point where he got hurt. We've seen some Trevor Siemian, we've seen some Taysom Hill, and it's looking like it's going to be Taysom for this upcoming game against the Jets. Now, I will say this, if you're a BYU fan, this is awesome. I mean, you have Cougar legend Taysom Hill taking on another Cougar legend in Zach Wilson. Totally awesome. I mean, how could you miss that? But look, the Saints are a 5-7 football team. Yes, they're on a 5-game losing skid, but I'll say this. Outside of that Bills game, every one of these matchups have been close. The Saints have had their opportunities to win these games. It's one mistake here, one mistake there, the penalties in one game, the turnovers in another game. The Saints are close. So now they're taking on the Jets in MetLife Stadium at 1 o'clock. I'll be frank, I don't want to overlook Taysom Hill. I don't. I mean, say what you want about him. Oh, he can't throw the football. He's not a true passer. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's been in the league way too long and still hasn't figured it out. I think it's a mistake. I really do feel like it's a mistake. I actually had a buddy text me this morning, literally just saying Taysom Hill ? Easy win. In the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, because as much as it pains me to say this, because I'm a defensive guy first and foremost, I love defensive football, the Jets have arguably the worst defense in football. Literally dead last in opposing yards per game, opposing points per game, and opposing touchdowns per game. Okay, so the defense has to step up. Jeff Ulbrich, Robert Saleh, this defense, we have got to rise to the occasion. And look, we look across the field, it's Sean Payton, an absolute mastermind on the offense side of the football. He's a genius. I mean, he's been with the Saints forever now, and he continues to be innovative. He continues to put the Saints offense in a good position to have success. You know, again, before this Jameis Winston injury, the Saints were rolling this year. So I can't stress enough how much this defense needs to rise to the occasion this Sunday. And typically we talk about the Jets offense first, what they can do to have success. But in this one, let's flip it and talk about the defense first. I really feel like the linebackers need to have a great day. We have to keep eyes on Taysom Hill at all times. Whether it's designed quarterback runs, RPOs, wildcats, trickery, like reverses and whatnot. We know Sean Payton has the potential to dial up some creativity, or even just normal pass plays where he can hurt you through the air, or tuck it and run. We have got to keep eyes on Taysom Hill at all times. We always have to account where is number 7 on the football field. I think if we do that, we would be directly attacking the head of the snake here, because Taysom will probably be touching the football on almost every single play here. So a big game from the interior defensive line as well. If they can just clog gaps to really, number 1, neutralize just the run game up the middle, and then number 2, on those designed quarterback runs like draws and whatnot, Taysom will just have nowhere to go. He's going to have a hard time finding those lanes to break through. I think in the secondary, it's also important to take away the first read. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints run a lot of stacked formations where Taysom is just almost reading the coverage, and depending on what the secondary does post-snap, he knows exactly where to go with the football. I think that could be important as well. So defensively, fill up those gaps on the interior, have eyes on Taysom Hill at all times, and do your best to take away the first read. And a couple numbers just to back those points up. The Jets are dead last in opposing rushing touchdowns per game, and they're 31st in the league in both opposing completion percentage and yards per pass, around 7.8. So the defense has got to step up offensively. The Jets could be in luck, because we look at the defensive end position right now for the Saints. They are extremely thin. Cam Jordan, the definition of reliable and dependable, might not be there. Okay, he was put on the virus list, and he still, I believe the protocol is 2 negative tests. So there's a possibility Cam Jordan might not play. You look at Peyton Turner, the rookie, he's on IR. Okay, you look at Marcus Davenport, he's missed the last handful of games. So you look at defensive end right now, they are extremely thin. I feel like right now the name of the game offensively is to sustain drives. I mean, in the first half against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jets did a great job. We were in rhythm. We were picking up first downs. We were getting in the end zone. Of course, one of those drives we do have to tip our cap to Braxton Berrios, had an unbelievable kickoff return. that set the Jets up beautifully for an easy short field. The other two were real deal NFL drives. I mean, one was 60 plus yards, the other was 70 plus yards. I mean, if we can just go out there and sustain drives, control the clock, put the ball in play, get Zach Wilson in rhythm early, I mean, I don't want to see Zach Wilson starting off the game 4 of 12, 4 of 13. I mean, just tons of incompletions, tons of times that the clock is stopped. I mean, that's just not the area that I want the Jets to be in. I feel like it's important to put together these 5, 6, 7, 8-minute drives that result in points. Okay, another thing that I do want to mention is that keeping the score close, I feel like will benefit this team in a massive, massive way. Whether we're winning the game, whether we're within striking distance, I feel like it's imperative to keep that score really, really close. I mean, when the Jets start to get down 2, 3, 4 possessions, that's when everything just falls apart. The Jets start to press, we're throwing it every down. Zach Wilson starts making mistakes down the field, really trying to be aggressive, trying to get all the points back in one play, and it results in turnovers. And that's kind of a constant area that the Jets have found themselves in this season, or a lot of the losses, I should say. So keeping the score close, I think it's super, super important, and taking the occasional shot down the field, specifically on third down. If you take a look at the Saints defense, they're one of the most penalized teams in the league. So if you can catch a guy maybe in a panic situation where they get a little handsy, it's a 3rd and 6 and you're taking that deep shot down the field, maybe you get that defensive holding, automatic first down. Maybe you get that defensive pass interference deep down the field that results in an extra 25, 30, 35 yards. So I would try to exploit that if I'm the New York Jets and Zach Wilson. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Actually, real quick, I do want to throw this in there as well. When we take a look at Taysom Hill last week against the Cowboys, he struggled big time, only completed 19 passes out of 41 attempts. He had 2 touchdowns with 4 interceptions, and he also walked away with a banged up finger. Okay, so I think right now if Saleh and Ulbrich can take some of the things that Dan Quinn was doing defensively for Dallas last week and implement them for this week, I think it could definitely pay dividends. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, go Jets.